Welcome to the .NET interview community. I'm your host Nirbhay Chauhan, a developer, author, and a trainer passionate about leveling up the skills. Whether you are gearing up for an interview or simply want to deepen your understanding of the .NET technologies, you have come to the right place. I have authored several interview preparation books which are available on Amazon, and the links of these books are given below in the description box. So let's dive into today's question and see how we can tackle it together. So friends, our today's question is explain the CTS in .NET. As we have already learned in our previous video about the explanation of CLR, the CTS holds a relevant position in the .NET framework and within the CLR itself. So let's see how CTS. The common type system, that is the acronym of CTS, is a fundament of the common language runtime, the CLR, that is the backbone of the .NET framework. The CTS defines rules on how data is represented and manipulated with environment. To understand it, the CTS defines a common set of for all types used within the .NET framework, and that's how it's help in compilation and execution of program written in any .NET CLR compatible. So this means regardless of the programming language you are using, whether it's C Sharp, VB.NET, F Sharp or any other, you will work with a consistent set of data types and you will get the finite result. That means the execution that's happen on one machine, execution happen on another, same expected output or behavior is the code is written in any other language of .NET compatible. So that's the CTS important rule, and let's see in the key roles of the CTS in .NET framework. The key role of CTS is cross-language interoperability. The CTS enables seamless interaction between written in different language in .NET. For example, C Sharp can inherit from a VB.NET class, or a C Sharp method can accept an argument of a type defined in F Sharp. So this cross-language interoperability is very essential feature which is being provided in the .NET framework with the help of CTS. The next is platform independence. While not entirely the platform independent, the CTS contributes to a degree of platform independence by providing common for data representation. Now why it's not entirely platform independent? Because the Windows machine are able to run with the help of .NET runtime framework, but whereas Unix are not able with the .NET Run framework. Hence, we can use that not entirely the platform independent, because your .NET will be executing fine in any of the Windows machine, but it may not perform in the same way on any of the Unix environment or the Mac. But however, Microsoft is working for it, and that's where the .NET Core or the .NET framework comes into picture. But focusing on the .NET framework part. The next point is it improves the code maintainability. The consistent type system makes it easier to understand and maintain code, as developer can rely on common set of rule and data. So it's easier for developer to understand the type data types and the rules of a programming language which are consistent for the .NET framework. So these are the key roles of CTS in .NET framework. Now we discussed that there are some type of or set data type which are defined in CTS. So what are these kind of data type definitions that are available in CTS? Let's look into it. The data type that are defined in CTS are primitive type data type, type and value type. What are the primitive type? Basic data types like integer, int, floating point number that are float or double. Then we have characters, char, boolean and etc. The next type is reference type. Classes, interfaces, array, strings and delegates are the type of reference type, data type. Next come is the value type. Structure, enum and other types of data that hold directly within their own memory space that are of the value type are the three types of data type which are there in the CTS. Now let us know that delegates is of which kind of data type. Comment your answers. So friends, there you have it. I hope you have gained some valuable insight from this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay updated on our latest content. And if you have any questions or want to discuss further, feel free to leave a comment below. Plus, let's connect. Follow me on Medium and LinkedIn for exclusive content. The link is given below in the description box. See you in the next video.